So now we have two Emperor Palpatine 1/3 statues, and I can't decide. So let's find out which one on today's statue chat.
Yo!
What's up, stat collectors? It's your boy HStats, and man, there's definitely some disturbance in the force because we got two awesome 1/3 scale statues, Emperor Palpatine, and I'm trying to figure out which one is the best one to get. So just walk with me through this little video that I put together for you guys. Those of you who are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. This way you guys are going to know all about my up and coming content. All right, so let's get to the pictures. So I'm going to start with the first statue that you guys have been seeing and around the community. Everyone's been talking about this one. So this one is the 1/3 scale statue, Emperor Palpatine, basically on the throne. So just give you guys a brief summary. And I'm on the Sideshow site. So this one is saying that this figure is depicting the leader of the Imperial forces seated in his futuristic throne aboard the mammoth Death Star space station. All right, that's awesome. And it says the base is decorated with four unique relief scenes with dramatic overhead LED lighting, each depicting important scenes from the Star Wars. And we'll definitely get to that. All right, so let's hop to the pictures. We got about 22, 21 pictures to look at. And all right, so my first impression, this is not my first time seeing this one. Which one would be the best one to get? Now, my opinion, what I like about this first one is he's seated on this throne, and it's a evil, just all out menace, just wicked look. He looks very serious, this first portrait. And then what I like, there's this overhead light on the top of his head. So usually when I see these kind of pictures where you got a statue and there's some light into it, I think it gives that whole appearance, that silhouette of the darkness to this figure. And what stat collectors, what I always wondered about Emperor Palpatine when he went up against Mace Windu and he became mutilated from the darkness of the Force. How come nobody never really noticed that in the movie? Dude, what's up with your face? What's going on? But that's just my opinion. So it looks really amazing. And I like the fact he has in his right arm on the throne this lightsaber. I don't know if that's a Luke's lightsaber, but I think that's a cool effect. And then the throne piece, the bottom looks some more light in there. Back of the throne piece looks like the chair I'm sitting in right now. If I was to turn this chair around, it looks exactly like that. But I think this is a cool depiction of the emperor himself. It just looks like a menacing, appropriate pose for the emperor. And I think it just gives that presence of just absolute dominance, his agenda, what he's about, him and Lord Vader. And then you got a switch out, which is, in my opinion, you see, this is what makes things a little bit complicated for me because is it necessary to have a right hand swipe out? Is that really necessary? Because more than likely, I would be displaying it with the saber. I don't see why I would just have, if I had the option of just displaying it without the saber. I don't, maybe some of you guys who's thinking about picking this up might display it this way, but usually I would use the exclusive piece. And then that other swipe out would just be in the box for ages. And I like the fact that his garment is sculpted and the details on it is just excellent down to the shoes. If you can see, there's some details there, some intricacies there. And it doesn't look like it's all molded together. It looks like the cloak is loose. There's some life to it, which is cool. And I really don't need a what we call a mixed media outfit. I like the fact that it's sculpted. And because right now we're just seeing the prototype pictures, I think it's cool. It gives you less work of trying to articulate it if it was mixed media. So and then you get four scenes on the base, which I think is amazing. So the first one, if I can remember, I think this is Emperor Palpatine with Darth Vader looking at the Death Star. And then the second one, if I can show you pictures of that, that's when he addresses the Senate. And then you got the Death Star over this planet that I don't remember. Just trying to figure out which movie I was in, which Star Wars movie I was in, but I really don't remember. And then lastly, you have, I love this, the last scene. You got Darth Vader, and I think this is Luke when Vader brings him to the Emperor, and this is probably from a Return of the Jedi. So I love that. Now the only issue that I can say that I'm going to have picking up this bad boy, you need a rotating table because with the base illuminated, you definitely need a table where you can constantly rotate it and just chill in your den and have this bad boy just doing a 360 nonstop while you just reminisce of the Star Wars franchise. So overall, I think this is a cool piece. I think they knocked it out the box. PCS Collectibles. Shout out to Ant. I think this is an amazing job. And I'm going to show you guys why I'm thinking about picking this bad boy up as well, because it's like nostalgia. So this piece right now, the dimensions is going to stand about 23 inches high, the width 18, and the dimensions 21 inches. So they don't, let me see, right here, we don't have the artist. So I really don't know who the sculptors are. I don't know why PCS don't provide that information. I think it's really important when you have these master sculptors going to work on this bad boy. Look at the hoodie. I think that's just it's some really detailed sculpting right there. You can see some fabric on the hood, and I like how his face is hidden like in the movies. It's just that darkness to it. It's just awesome. And there's some other amazing Star Wars statues coming out that I'm not even going to get to. We talk about disturbance in the Force. There's definitely disturbance right now in the statue collecting world with these insane terrors. So now on the Sideshow site, we can expect this. If you order this from Sideshow, you can expect this shipping November 2025 to January of next year to 2026. And the pre-order on Sideshow is $1,705. Now, and then you get a limited edition size of 250. So if you're thinking about picking this up, I think this is a great exclusive piece. You're only going to have 250 sculpted, and I think that's just a great option. So I don't know how fast this is going to sell. I haven't put down anything as of yet. I already have the guy in mind that I'm going to speak to see if I can get a little something on this amazing piece. So now let's go to the second one and let's see which one. So now this one is also by PCS Collectibles, but you have Emperor Palpatine standing, and this is a hyper real. Now this might sound like out of my place, but this is why you guys should really send these prototypes to YouTubers like myself, because it says hyper real, but the pictures don't do any justice. How do I know it's hyper real? I'm just looking at the pictures. So let's go to the picture gallery. Let's see what we're working with here. All right. So I'm going to get to the base first, right? And we're going to have the same displays. The pictures don't show them, the same scenes, I should say. The pictures don't show them illuminated, but I think they do, the base does light up. But it's just, I think the difference from the other statue where he's seated on the throne, there's a bronze background, whereas you have a more silver background that illuminates. And I just want to make sure it does light up. All right, so the Emperor Palpatine Hyper Real, the base does illuminate, and then again, like I was saying, that the difference between the base in comparison to the seated uh, Palpatine is that you have like a more silver background, and the overhead does light up on all four pictures, uh, scenes, I should say. So let's check out the gallery. Now this says it's hyper real, right? So I like the fact that again, what I guess with this one, this looks like mixed media. It's not a sculpted cloak, but I mean, I guess you get more of like a realism to it. And then it looks like you could take off, his hoodie, and you get this ugly mugshot of the emperor. I mean, I don't know how no one noticed that in the movie and never asked this guy like, what the hell happened to you? Like, why all of a sudden you looking all crazy? But that's just my critique. Yeah, but I like this one. He has a cane, platinum silicone portrait, which is dope. It would be nice to have a silicone portrait for a change. I really want to get like a silicone statue, but I just haven't had the means to go into that route yet. But I like this cane that he has, and he's standing, which is cool. Um, and I guess you're getting that hyper realism. I mean, look at the back of this. You get the whole garment cloak, and I don't think there's much articulation in this one. And I don't know the quality of this fabric. Of course, you got that pale look, and this is after he went to war. For some reason, just got mutated. you know, from all that negative energy that he was shooting at your boy Mace. And to be honest, you know, following that storyline, I don't know if that's how he. I guess basically that's how he got this appearance. But overall, it's a really cool piece. Again, let me give you guys the dimensions. This is gonna stand 25 inches high. The width is 16, and the depth is 13. So you pretty much gonna need some space for this. Of course, again, there's no information here on the sculptors, but this is a 1/3 Star Wars, and I think this is a cool piece. So now, if you're thinking about picking this one up, this is expected to ship the same time as the seated Emperor uh, Palpatine, and this is gonna ship November 2025 to January of 2026 of next year. So I guess that's enough time to save up or, you know, basically get the funds together. And then this is going to cost you if you order from a Sideshow 1,955. So the seeded version is cheaper. And then same with limited edition size of 250. So which one will it be for me? So now I'm leaning more towards the Emperor Palpatine on the seated throne. And the reason why, I just want to show you guys what I'm picturing, how I'm going to display this. So I'm thinking, having like on a display, the Emperor in the middle, and then I got the Mythos Darth Vader above him, kind of like trying to word it, just like a nostalgic kind of feel, and then having like Asajj on the left and Darth Maul on the right, both quarter scale statues. And I'm just waiting for that Darth Maul to come out. Again, if you're interested in the Mythos, I think 1/6 Darth Maul or Asajj, I'm selling both of those. It hasn't sold yet. But hit me up if you're interested. Don't try to basically negotiate to where you want my statue for free. It's just I can't do it, and I can't afford this time to pay for the shipping. I just can't do it. But if you're interested, is basically mint condition. I take very, very, pardon me, good care of my statue. So when you open up that box, you're basically gonna think it's brand new. So I mean, that's where I'm going with this. I think this is an amazing statue, and I definitely, is feeling what PCS have done and brought to the table, and it's 1/3. So guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Leave some comments, and if you like my video, make sure you hit that like button. And again, those of you who are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. This way, you guys are gonna know all about my up and coming content. And man, so with that said, keep your stats up. Nixon 4-1.
Thanks for watching, guys, but don't go anywhere. Make sure you check my other videos to the playlist to the right. Have a good day. Peace.